Nah, man, that honestly more than answered my question, man. I mean, and it definitely, it's kept in the spirit of, going the more long roundabout way is important because you easily could have just gave a very brief, concise answer. But, also I just want to, say I really appreciate you and thank you for just being as open and transparent as you was, from A to Z like that. Because a lot of the stuff that you just disclosed, that's not something that a lot of people, want to bring out. Saying that's a lot of, close to the vest type of, facts about oneself, that they don't really want to make openly public and known about. So I mean, I very much, tip my hat off and very much appreciate you for that, man. Because, it really lends to what the whole basis, like everything that you just did is really the epitome of what Beyond the Mic is about. That's why I said Beyond the Mic. It's just, I mean, obviously a office of yours is music, but it's much more than just music. You know what I'm saying? Like this is a brother here that's, he's been through some stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like he has some miles on his soul, man. And not all of those miles is, him being in the faith, you know what I'm saying? He had a life before being in the faith. And every single, point and turn that the most high, had you, go through, every loop that he's had you gone through, it was to shape you up for, where you are right now. You know what I mean? Even with the, performing, you know what I'm saying, like the songs and stuff like that. That's bro, and being, you know, um, being able to the even like the Shakespeare play and everything like that. Like, bro, I mean, come on, man. That's all the most high, you know what I mean? Because you have to remember, most high, like he has autonomy over everything, you know what I'm saying? Whether you're rich, whether you're poor, um, whether you're great or whether you're lowly. I mean, everything. Most high has, life, death. Most high has his hands over everything. You know what I mean? So for him, taking you from here all the way to here, that's not by no coincidence, you know what I'm saying? And it's all for a reason. It's all for his glory. You know what I'm saying? Everything was made by him and for him. You know what I mean? So just hearing your story, how you went from all of that to where you are right now, man. I mean, it's just once again, man, giving all praise to the most high and the Hamashiach Christ, you know what I'm saying, for just everything that they've done with you and can still continually doing with you. Because I mean, like I said, it's a never ending process of evolving, growing, and learning. You know what I mean? It's a lifelong journey, and it never stops. And even when you think that, oh man, you know what I'm saying, I've accumulated all there is to know, you know what I'm saying? I mean, even when you think about Solomon, because I've been meditating heavily like on Solomon a lot lately, you know what I'm saying? Like even like when you read Wisdom of Solomon chapter 7, starting at verses 17, and he's just going into like a lot of the things that the Most High gave him the ability to discern and be wise about. It's just very inspiring, very, very inspiring. Um, Very intriguing to know that the Most High has given them the ability to know so many things from like the constellations, the stars, the reasons of men, you know what I'm saying, the plant life, agriculture, animals, and things like that. It's just like, bruh, like, dude, like, you know what I mean? But even then, it's just like it's still so much more to unpack. You know what I mean? And it's just a never ending, journey of learning and, becoming wise and what have you, man. So I mean, it's just beautiful to hear how the Most High has been, shaping you out, along your journey. And it's just gonna be a beautiful thing to see, what he blossoms you out to be as time elapses. Cause even where you are right now, man, this is just prepping you up for the next thing, man. You know what I'm saying? For all you know, who knows, bro? Like you probably gonna be performing in front of a coliseum or something like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Doing some spoken word. I mean, you just never know what type of positions or what windows of opportunity that the Most High is gonna open up for you. You know what I'm saying? And it's all for the sake of His glory, man. And obviously, everything that you said about, even giving you the ability to be popular at one time, during your junior senior year, how he finally opened up that door for you, and you was able to pretty much take that on with ease. You know what I'm saying? Like it was nothing to you because you just already have that swagger about yourself. You know what I mean? To just be real cool, suave, and what I'm saying, like look at me or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like being in front of the camera is just like it's like drinking water for you. You know what I'm saying? Or breathing, basically. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things that you just have and you don't really have to be taught about or put that much effort in. It just comes to you, like that. But continuing on with the music front though, because I do see like the backdrop that you made. You say you made it in Canva. it's 22 studios. So like what would really drove you to put that together, and how long has that been in existence?
It says 122.
It's 122. Okay, yeah, 122.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
yeah. All right. So like my
So,
apologies. Yep.
oh, no, no, you good, you good.
Hmm.
122 comes from James 122. That's something that I know I have to do because if my name is character, Isaiah, Yah salvation, I gotta live that life. And if he speaks a word to you, that's something that you gotta do. Most High, he don't give anything for none. His word don't come back to him void. And me saying that now, I realize that everything that he tells you to do, you have to put effort behind it. Yah said, Yahusha said, seek first his kingdom and all his righteousness, and all these things will be added unto you. You gotta now do something. You may not have to cut no offering up. You may not have to do none of that because Yahusha, Christ is the offering. But you may now have to give up. You may have to give up some of you for him. You got to pick up your stake and learn how to follow him. And so I'm reading one day. I see James 122. Be ye a doer of the word and not a hearer only, deceiving your own selves. For if any be a hearer of the word and not a hearer, he is like a man that looks into a looking glass, and when he walks away, he straightway forgets what manner of man he was. So it's like now you got to. Then it tells you look into the perfect law of liberty. You better don't be a forgetful hearer, but a doer of the word. I'm paraphrasing. You good. You in good shape. And so that's just what 122 is. That's what it's from. 122 Studios. And a lot of people be doing them triple numbers and angel numbers. Nah, this is 122. You better be a doer.
Man, bless, bro. That's beautiful. And I see you got you got the menorah and everything like that with it, and 122. I mean, I like that, man. That's dope, man. 122, because nobody would like just out the gate, know what that means. You know what I'm saying? They probably thinking that, because like even just the one and the two alone, they probably thinking that you talking about like the 12 tribes, or maybe the 12 disciples or something like that. You know what I mean? But 122, because instantly when you said James 1 and 22, that's when I started thinking, what I'm saying? Like, be not ye, just hearers of the world, but doers also, lest you deceive yourself. So I'm just like, wow, that's pretty deep. You know what I'm saying? That's very, very deep. And you had that going on for like what, a few years now?
Yeah, I used to be a part of this group called Israelite Sounds. I used to do music with this brother named Avad.
Hmm.
Shalom to you if you ever hear this, bro. Um, but then parted ways. One egregious under there. We just parted ways during COVID. And I was just trying to come up with a name. At first it was 1107, my birthday, or what time I was born or something like that. But I was like, nah. And one day just something hit me 122. Like, yeah, that's good. 122, James 122. Be a doer of the word. I like that. And it just resonated with me.
Mm. Nice, man. I mean, it fits like a glove, bro. I say that, man. It definitely fits like a glove, and I just like the thought behind it. You know what I mean? It's not just something you just randomly came up with. You know what I mean? And even the backdrop, I think it's pretty dope, man. All with Canva, you say, man. Wow. Hey, shouts out to
Hey,
Canva, because I use I use Canva, by the way. For a lot of artworks, like musically related, and even with like the podcast also. I've made quite a few backdrops, for certain episodes and stuff like that. You know what I mean? They have a bit, man. I mean, even if you don't have like, none of they premium options or anything like that, just a lot of their free, stock images and stuff like that, and a lot of their fonts, and other editing tools that they got, man. It's just a lot of good stuff, man. It's all the stuff that they got, man. You know what I mean? So hey, all praises, man. And even I even see you got it on the rock and stuff like that, bro. It's like
hey, yeah. That one right there is actually a double entendre. So
double
it's
entendre.
supposed to
Okay.
be a light on the hill, but at
Hmm.
the same time there's a rock because the Messiah, he
He's our
is the
rock.
rock.
Yes,
It
yes.
also describes the Father as that he is our rock and our redeemer. He's our
Hmm.
strength. And that
Hmm.
Hebrew word for that is soar. It's like immovable. So that's
Wow,
what it
man.
is. So you gotta
See,
be
man.
planted on that foundation.
You see, bro. You see this brother, man. He's very cerebral, man. Very cerebral, bro. Like what I'm saying, there's layers to what he does, man. Layers to what he does, man. I like that, man. Respect, bro. Respect. Nothing just plain Jane on the surface, man. You really got to think. What I'm saying, it's more than meets the eye, man. More than meets the eye.
Yeah.
So yeah, man.
Hey,
All praises, man.
is what Messiah and David said. He gonna open his parable of he gonna open a dark speech upon the heart. Hey, That's how you gotta understand when the Father's speaking to you. Sometimes he speak to you. You said to a brother or a sister earlier when we was just talking before we started the recording. Um, Sometimes he want to speak to you in parables. He want to make you see you. Sometimes he speak to you in the parable. You got to sit down and get older to start understanding exactly what he mean. Cause light on the hill, when they brought the tabernacle to Shiloh, it was at the high place. It was on the hill. Solomon went up there when he first became king with sacrificing. There was a light on the hill where everybody's supposed to go. So what does the scripture also tell, what did the writings also tell us by Paul? You a temple of the Most High. You a tabernacle. So you really got to use your light for goodness. You're going to be the light on the hill. You got to be legit with it. And I'm learning, I praise Abba. I ain't even going to front. I praise the Most High for allowing us young people right now to know this truth in our 20s. Abba Yahuwah willing, don't none of us fall off. That's a prayer. That's something that I think about, that we don't fall off, so we can tell our children how to do it. So we can learn how to, when we leave this life, if Father ain't came and got us yet, when we leave this life, we take it the way the earth's supposed to take us, man, that he can say, well done, good job. Well done, my good and faithful servant, because you were a doer. I know you. Yeah, your works prove it. Yeah, come on in. Cause man, I be thinking the name is also just a reminder for me. Isaiah, you gotta be a doer. You gotta do. And it's just something that I'm learning, like, okay, young man, you gotta grow up, be a doer. You gotta do that.
Man. Well, I mean, I know you mentioned that, you was at the the F3 last year, and of course, you was there this year and what have you. It wasn't actually, you didn't have an actual performance set or anything like that. I mean, was it something that you was looking to try to do, whether it was last year or this year, to actually get up on the stage and, perform for our people?
Last year I was doing it for hopes. I actually corresponded with him a little bit. So
Hmm.
I still got some emails from them. I guess I submitted my application too late or something.
Hmm.
Um, but I will say they do respond to you. I ain't do nothing this year, but praise God that they responded. Last year I was hoping to do it, but I praise God that I didn't get a chance to.
Why you say that? I know people who gonna be listening to this like, what? You're in the truth, you know what I'm saying? You're a Hebrew, Israelite, righteous, artist. Why wouldn't you want to perform at, one of the biggest events of the year?
Man, because sometimes I just got to learn how to be humble and accept where I am at the moment. Because I realize um, when you want something so bad, it may not be for you at the time being, and you may be trying to eat a whole elephant and no unclean stuff. Of course, we don't eat no elephants, but you try to eat an elephant in one bite. And I realize when you're a young man, you can't be doing that. If this is for somebody else, your time will come. And I realize I got to learn that my time will gonna come. I sometimes I want to rush it. I'm not gonna act like I don't. I think everybody at least one day like to be seen once or twice, two or three times. If people want to be seen, but I realize that if you want to be seen, the most I keep pushing you back further. It ain't until you sit all the way back here and say, "Hey, my man over there, my sister over there, my daughter, man, come over here to the front. So what you hiring for? I know I can give you something better than that."
Right, exactly. Yep. See, when you chasing after it, it's just like it flees from you basically. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why the scripture says, he who exalts himself shall be abased, but he who, humbled himself shall be exalted. So it's just like you shouldn't even really be, chasing that. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't even really be, and I mean that's hell of an analogy that you use, that metaphor, eating the elephant in one bite, because it's just like there's so much more to this than you probably realize. You know what I'm saying? Whoever this is, whoever times it is right now, who's basking in this thing that you're trying to, go after or what have you, you know what I'm saying? Like they, it's just their time, you know what I'm saying? But also, you don't know what they're dealing with. Cause like I said, at the end of the day, bro, we all dealing with the evils and the the snares of the devil, you know what I'm saying? So I don't care, great, small, whatever it is that the Most High is grace you with, man. Like it's a battle for all of us. You know what I mean? It's a battle for all of us, and you don't really know what it is that that brother might necessarily be dealing with. So that's why that the Messiah, he warned us about that covetousness. You know what I'm saying? Not to have
Mm.
that covetous spirit. You know what I mean? Because like I said, what they have, that's theirs. That's for them. You know what I mean? And more importantly, you gotta look at it in the grand scheme of things. You know what I'm saying? Like the way I look at it, when it comes to like our offices and our positions and stuff like that, it's all for the sake of first and foremost glorifying the Most High, but advancing His kingdom forth. You know what I mean? And uplifting our people, and once again, edifying people who may not necessarily have that fundamental knowledge. You know what I'm saying, of the Most High, of the Messiah. You know what I'm saying, and changing their ways for the better. To edify them, so in hopes that they do. You know what I'm saying, before that hour cometh upon us. You know what I mean? Because we know it's very much nigh. And when that day does come, I mean, shoot, well, what is the Most High going to say to you? Is he going to say, well done, my good and faithful servant? Or is he going to say, depart from me, that worker of iniquity? It means either one or the or. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, once again, knowing your position, but more importantly, just to, emphasize a little bit more about what we were talking about. Because, I know you were just, going in on about why you didn't perform. Because once again, people will probably be thinking like, oh, why wouldn't you perform? But I like the fact that you brought to the forefront the reason why. And what you said is a legitimate response. You know what I'm saying? Like you're really looking at it from a humbling standpoint. But not to lose my point, is knowing why you're doing what you're doing, or knowing why you want what you know what I'm saying, you're trying to go for. You know what I'm saying? Like, is it really for the right reasons? At the end of the day, the Most High, He knows your heart. He knows your intentions. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So if there's some ulterior motives beneath that, if you're just doing this because you feel like it's trendy, or I'm trying to be seen, or I'm trying to get my shine on and stuff like that, then why are you doing it? This is not the place. This is not the time. This is not the first and the audience. You know what I'm saying? Like your first and foremost, your first thought, first and foremost, should be, how am I going to use this gift, this talent, to first and foremost praise you, Father? Where's your glory at in all of this?
right.
You know what I mean? Like David, I'm sure, David didn't know he was going to be king of Israel. You know what I'm saying? He was just a shepherd. He was just a shepherd. That's all he was. Just a humble old shepherd, little old
Yeah.
David. It's crazy because I remember I used to mess around in GarageBand a lot, making beats and stuff like that. There's a beat that I never finished, and I called it Little Old David, man. Little Old David. But I use David as an example of, he didn't know that he was going to be king over Judah, over the whole house of Israel at around the age of 30. Like when you read in the book of Psalms, not Psalms, excuse me, Second Samuel. He didn't know any of these things. You know what I mean? But he was patient enough to allow the Most High to, just pretty much give it to him. I mean, a man after the Most High's heart. And that's pretty much how we have to be, and that's something that I've also myself have come to learn over the years as well. Because I mean, I'd be lying if I said that, being on the big stage, and it's because even me myself, I tried to, attempt to perform at F3 last year. Of course, didn't really go accordingly because, it was a lot. It was, kind of like the last minute, and it was the first time that they were having this event, and there was a lot of other artists. And also, more importantly, being the first time that they're doing this, they're really trying to bring about as much traffic as possible. So there's certain artists who are going to, I guess, gain the upper hand in terms of getting selected to perform or what have you. Whether they paid for a package, a performance package or not, because there were tiers to the performance packages. So it's just like the higher tier of a package you got, the more time was allotted to you to perform on stage or what have you. You know what I'm saying? But, for me, obviously being at the last minute, I made a submission or whatnot. Obviously, I wasn't able to perform, but I looked at it a little bit more deeper than just, oh, you know what I'm saying, I wasn't able to perform. You know what I'm saying? You got to look at this a little bit deeper than that. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, this is not about us once again going on there and just, getting our shine on. The scriptures reads, I believe it's in Philippians chapter 2. We were talking about this before we recorded, the mind, having that mind of Christ. What we do is not supposed to be in not supposed to be in selfishness, and it's not supposed to be no vanity behind it. You know what I mean? So even getting up there, what I'm saying, and performing for our people, our heart posture really needs to be where it needs to be at. Because you have to remember, we're talking to the Most High's children. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? We're talking to the Most High's children, and even just going, 122, James chapter 1, verses 22. Like, are you really living what it is that you're preaching to this people about? Because if not, I mean, then I mean, you're no different than the scribes and the Pharisees. It's just like out of your mouth, you're professing things about the Most High, but your heart is very much far from the Most High. You know what I mean? So it's just like, once again, this is not about, being trendy. It's not being, flashy, or I got all this swag and, what I'm saying, oh, my song is hot and whatnot, bro. Drop that, man. Don't get twisted. I mean, it's cool. I mean, don't nobody want to put out, garbage or whatnot. I mean, this is music for the most high. You should want to put out your best, you know what I'm saying, every single release. But at the same time, what I'm trying to say is like, this is not like how it is like in the world or what have you. You know what I'm saying? Like in the world, everything is just so rat race driven. You know what I'm saying? It's all business driven. It's greed is the foundation upon, a lot of the actions that, what I'm saying, these artists or entertainers, etc. take. You know what I'm saying? It's all about being at the top. You know what I'm saying? But what's being at the top? You know what I mean? If shoot, at the cost of your soul, you know what I'm saying, the cost of your morals and your integrity, et cetera, et cetera. So the way that we roll and how we move is it's not like how, they, move in that world or what have you. And it's not about trying to alienate anybody, but it's just simply looking at it at at a fundamental level, just the principle of it all, of how we're to carry ourselves, being in this faith. You know what I'm saying? We should always ultimately have the best interest at the people's heart. You know what I mean? But first and foremost,
Yeah.
just once again, just being obedient to the Most High, man. You know what I mean? But shoot, with all that being said, though, bro, I mean, is anybody that you've been looking to want to like collaborate with, or anybody that you already have collaborated with, on the music tip?
Um, One person that I've collaborated with, Yakuwan the Sar Ra'ah. Yakuwan the Prince Shepherd. That's what his name means. I
Mm,
collaborated with him on we actually got some couple songs in the works right now. I also collaborated the song I collaborated with Yakuwan on is this song called Rugrats back in 2021. So that song is on SoundCloud and YouTube, all platforms. We got couple more songs in the works right now that he working on. And I collaborated with this brother named Negro Saki Dojo. Uh, this song called Take a Kneel. He dropped that maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. Who I want to collaborate with, man, I really ain't got. I would love to collaborate with Paisley. That's my dude. I ain't gonna lie. I got much respect for Paisley. He was very cool to meet in person as well. Anybody else though? I really don't have anybody in mind. I talked to some. I talked to a couple people on Instagram, but I ain't had Instagram in a minute. I told them like, I'm gonna take. I gotta step back for a minute. But when I get back home, I'll talk to you because.
Nah, I feel you about the Instagram thing, man. Like I've really been, trying to even me myself stay as MIA off of it as much as possible. But given the things that we do, the offices that the Most High has given us, it it doesn't really, warrant me the opportunity to really just go all in both feet and just completely cut it off. Like I still have to leverage it, just for the sake of at least, the content and stuff like that, whether it's the podcast or whether it's music, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, at the end of the day, our duties to the Most High, what I'm saying, it still comes first, what I'm saying, being about his business and stuff like that. So, I mean, unfortunately, I still have to mingle with it, what I'm saying? But
I understand.
I feel you though, bro. I feel you 100%. And you know what, bro? Like, and the thing about it is, bro, the reason why I respect your approach, because I mean, there's a few brothers that I know who feel very much the same way that you do and actually are just completely off of it, period. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it is a healthy thing because it's just like, once again, social media is just so curated. You know what I mean? It's so curated, it's so artificial. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, bruh, you know
And
what I'm
that's
saying?
also, you mentioned it earlier, man. A lot of people
Mhm.
want to be trendy,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, trendy,
because
man.
I want to make sure my motive is, and I want to make sure my motives are pure.
Hmm.
That's one thing I really, that's one thing that make me a little bit apprehensive about certain stuff that I, indulge in, because I want to make sure my motives are right. A lot of times when we want to be seen or we want to get our shine on, we trying to push the message. And I realize it don't matter if I talk to them, I'm blue in the face. It's all about who the most High want to use. It's all about that. And I realize if I'm out here trying to just force the course, how I know I'm not stepping on the most High toes. But at the same time, I'm also trying to find a balance in between that. As you were saying, I've been praying to him, just asking him just certain questions, and I'm just trying to figure out what I should do, where I should go from here. Should I worry about the social media? I still got YouTube, and I got to do better with my content. I got some plans. Most I've been dropping dropping some ideas in my mind lately about certain stuff. But I just want to make sure my motive pure. Because a lot of people want to get their shine on, their motive don't be pure. And it's sad because it's like, man, I want to believe you, but I don't know if you got any what's up your sleeve, and you never know who like that. I was just trying to take heed to the wise words of what Paul said: "All Israel, not Israel." What Yahusha said: "You got some snakes, you got some wolves in sheep's clothing. They look pretty. The devil transformed himself to an angel of light. She look good. I know she do. Man, the devil handsome. I know he handsome. Man, he can sing too. Man, he suave too. He charismatic too. Man, he can get you." And I realized that, like, okay, Isaiah, what's your motive then? Are you a devil? If I'm not being obedient to the Most High, if I'm saying all this and I'm still doing stuff behind the scenes, am I a devil just because my music sound good? Am I actually giving the Most High praise? Like I sometimes I tend to overthink, but I tend to overthink so I can truly have a well thought out answer to give somebody. They ever ask me, "Oh, why don't you do this?" or "Why do you do this?" Because I remember, bro, I remember going for certain positions that weren't for me. I remember trying to make my way, and to be told no after you trying to force something, it's not the best feeling. I'd rather be brought up than told to sit down. Ooh.
Man, bro, and like I said, man, just the fact that you really do, the fact that you really do contemplate that, that deep about, your actions, and if it really is, for the right reason, like if it really is purely for the sake of just fulfilling the Father's will, what I'm saying, and serving our people, bro, like just that alone, the Most High is going to indeed make sure that, ultimately do what it is that, he's intended for you to do. You know what I'm saying? You're not trying to get ahead of him, bro. You're not trying to, rush things, bro. And that's what I'm saying, bro. Like you and I, we're very much on the same wavelength because that's literally how I've been. You know what I'm saying? Even when, like I told you about, the podcast and stuff like that. If you would have talked to me like 4 or 5 years ago, like you're gonna be doing a podcast. Just like I said, bro, I went through the whole thing. I said who, what, when, where, why, and how. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, that's just not where my mind was. You talking to me 4 or 5 years ago, man, that my mind wasn't on no podcasting, but it was on the Most High. And he just has his ways of revealing that to you. You just got to be patient enough to, really, to catch that. You know what I mean? Because like I said, everybody, maybe whether it's one office, whether it's two offices, three, at the end of the day, the Most High, he's given what he's given, people once again for the sake of, advancing his kingdom forth. You know what I'm saying? And even with this podcast, saying, having like these beyond the mic series and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like just being able to go from once again from A to Z on how a brother has basically came from nothing, saying, from the world essentially, and moving according to the course of the world, and now being able to, be a shining light for the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not just something just go over your ears. That's not nothing light. That's some serious. That's something very like heavy to really like digest and to really like take in and really think about. You know what I mean? Because we already know that majority of the people of this world, just like how it speaks of in believe in St. Matthew chapter 7 about like that broad path that leads to destruction. That's where a majority of the world is on right now. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And that's where, and staying on that path, we already know what it's gonna, merit you in the end. A spot in the lake of fire, you know what I'm saying, burning for eternity. So to hear a brother who was once on that path, you know what I mean? Some people's journeys were maybe a little bit more darker than others. You know what I'm saying? People probably got more skeletons in their closet than others, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying, the fact that you was there, and the Most High, he freed you from that, and he's placed a higher calling on your life to come and serve him. You know what I'm saying, to do what is good for, the sake of the kingdom, and also, just to serve, really, humanity, you know what I'm saying, for the better. You know what I mean? Because shoot, why are we even here to begin with? Read not Saint, read Genesis chapter 3. This is why we're here to begin with, because of our disobedience in the garden. You know what I mean? If it wasn't for that, all these curses that we're dealing with, pride, anger, and all the works of the flesh, it wouldn't be bestowed upon us. You know what I'm saying? Adam, what hast thou done? You know what I mean? So, I mean, like I said, bro, it's just it's a beautiful thing, man. I mean, and I did want to ask you, because I know you was talking about like the play and stuff like that, the Shakespearean play and everything. Cause because even me myself, you know what I'm saying, I'm into poetry a lot. I mean, I write a lot. You know what I mean? I love, just I just love being very versatile.
Artistic.
I like it's probably the first time I'm airing this out, but I like to put myself through what I call like wordsmith training, like this
Okay.
wordsmith training routine and stuff like that. And basically like every week I try to like do something different. So I try to write but from a different perspective, you know what I'm saying? So some days I might write what I'm saying, just really emphasizing personification or like just like yesterday, I was emphasizing like onomatopoeia, something like that. You know what I mean? Like where you're kind of basically you're writing in a way where it's like you're just you're describing like the sounds, I guess, of whatever it is that you're trying to pin out or what have you. You know what I mean? So, poetry is definitely one of those things that I really, love, been doing it for some years and what have you. But the fact that, you was actually able to, get into like the theatrics of it and act it out and stuff like that. I mean, do you feel like that's also, one of those things that the Most High, slowly but surely at one point maybe wants to, have you, lend, your talents to, being in his faith and what have you?
Yeah, most definitely. I believe it's something that he's gonna use. I don't think he's gonna give it to me and take it away from me.
Mm-hmm.
I was able to this past year put a play that I wrote to A&M. Also, I wrote a short film that I ran out of time on it, but he still allowed me to use it because I think we got to see the reality of it. A lot of times, the entertainment that we get when it comes to the word, people be trying to water it down and act like these weren't human beings that were living. The only thing that they really could try to portray between the Messiah and they try to keep it PG. When you look at the word for real, bro, the word, excuse me, the word is R rated like it is now. To have a man murdered, and we don't portray that for real, but we like to portray other stuff for the world. Our own people get murdered, and that's cool. But I think we should. I believe strongly believe that the Most High will use this avenue, um, so we can see the reality of the scriptures. Like the book of Hosea, his wife was a hoe, cheating on him. You think he said, "Oh my love, how could thou do this to me?" Nah, man, you a hoe. You know how black folks talk. If Jose then was speaking the English, he probably would have called out her name. Like the most I called Israel. Man, he said, y'all worse than hoes. You you pay them to have sex with you. You nasty to me. You detestable. But people think, oh, God doesn't speak like that. Christ was not me. Man, you better quit playing. He said, man, I'm finna kill all your kids. And I think if we learn how to, if he gives me the ability to portray that not only in music, but to show them on a TV show, or show them through a musical, man, I think it would be something that'll get people's attention. Because how can we just forget that the Most High not? How can we forget that the Most High ain't who we say He is? He put these people in slavery. You think He won't use? Man, some of the prophets was out there naked and looking at the theater and the Shakespeare. You've been saying hell of a. You've been saying stuff. You've been saying some stuff that people religious. Oh, I can't believe he said that word. Man, sometimes the most I want you to say just exactly how he said it. Y'all gonna leave your kids like dung on the ground. In English, man, your kids ain't nothing but shit. Sometimes our people need to hear that, and the only way the safe space to hear that theater. Shoot, I'm finna y'all. So okay, I'm finna take the foolish thing of the word to confound the wise. Y'all don't want to listen to me when I come to talk to y'all nicely, but when I call you a slut, a hoe, a bitch, I call you out your name. Now you want to listen to me? All right, well let me use that then. That's what y'all answer to. I forgot y'all proverbs and bywords. All right, come in there, girl. Let me talk to you real quick. Over there being a hoe, cheating on me. People understand talk like that. People don't understand talk like this all the time. Well, Matthew 24, man, people ain't finna understand that all the time. Why you think Messiah came up here speaking in parables? They called him a wine bibber and a gluttonous because he wasn't trying to be no fair. Man, I'm finna be a human being and show you how to live this world right. I ain't gotta overstep his rules. I ain't gotta be out here laying with harlots. ain't gotta be out here doing this, but to use his word the right way and to bring real life into his word, I think theater can show that a lot. Like I think I'm gonna keep using Jose. This man's wife was a hoe. She cheated on him. She had different babies on that man. I understand how I would feel if my wife cheated on me, had different baby. You ain't finna be called wifey. You ain't finna be called bae. You ain't finna be called Gomer. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. You gonna be out, man. You gonna be called out your name. You ain't finna be called girl. You ain't finding me. You nasty hoe. Because that's the sad thing is that's what I might understand. Why does I might understand that? Because it's something we still going through today. We call each other nigga. We call each other bitch. We call each other hoe, slut, hot girl. We call each other this. And the way that we do it, we don't necessarily use it in formal language. We use it in music and in theatrics and in performance. So if y'all hear that, the most I take the foolish things of the word to confound the wise, man, I'm finna use my word to get y'all dumb niggas that don't listen to me then. I gotta call you out your name for you to listen to me? Damn thoughts. All right then. What did you say? You gonna use the word of God? Yeah. You talking about something, man. If the Messiah came talking smooth, do you think they would have killed him? If John came talking smooth, you think they would have killed him? Man, John said, man, you know it ain't lawful to sleep with your brother wife. You know you wrong. Throw that man in prison. Oh, he can't survive. Kill him. Man, the Messiah said, man, do y'all think I care about that? Y'all know what I said in the Pharisee house. I know I said what I said. Do away with them. If y'all follow them like the blind lead the blind, and both of y'all gonna fall in the ditch. Who gonna help you out? But bump that. I ain't hear none of that. Y'all think they would have? Y'all think they gave him a high five and say, nah, nah, we gotta kill this man. We gonna have to destroy him. No, man, he wasn't coming to talk nice to nobody. He came to handle his business to tell the truth and show you how to live a righteous life. I heard the Rock Bar say something in the song. He said, everything is fair, just don't ever overstep his rules. And when I heard that, I was like, man, so you telling me this English language that I speak is just the language that I know because I came over here on slave ships. That's what I learned. I'm educated. But if I was over there educated in Arabic, that's the language I know. So I'm gonna be able to talk to these people. Use the language you know. A lot of our black people don't understand that they think nigga is a right word. They think hoe, slut, they think all that stuff is good. But where's the majority? I know how to say this again, said this once, I'm gonna say it again. Where's the majority accepted when it comes to entertainment? When I want to entertain somebody, I got free right to call you out your name. Cause I know you gonna dance to it. You gonna coon for $1. You gonna do it. All right, then, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna use the same tactic and I'm gonna speak the truth to you then. Yeah, all y'all some sluts, you know it. Quit playing games. You wanna throw it. I know. You know, stuff like that. People just gonna start listening to it. Man, when you read the book of Hosea and you bring it to modern terms, bro, he said, y'all a hoe. Man, Gomer, you done had 2 kids on me. These ain't my kids. I ain't finna have no mercy on you. I'm finna kill you and your mama. Most High was so angry. You think he talking to my love? Man, he want no simp. I'm finna tell you the truth. I'm finna take all y'all out of here. You and your kids. Your mama, your kids don't mean nothing to me. You worse than your fathers were. Oh, I can't stand y'all. I gotta kill y'all. But they weren't hearing that. It wasn't until they start calling them out their name, they start hearing it. Hey, you being mean to me. Wait, you was already calling yourself that. You was already exploiting yourself. So me sending you off to slavery, I'm being mean, but you was the one bearing your tail. You was mooning everybody over there, told them to stick it in. You did that. So because I allowed you to do it and now you in chains and you gotta do it, I mean, nigga, you was doing it freely. That's what you don't see. You coining for $1, you doing it for free. I'm gonna give you exactly what you want then. And that's I think that he gonna use this as a good avenue. Cause the entertainment that we got, people too PG. No, let be realistic. People been raped out here. People have seen other people murdered. People been molested as a little boy. You think that won't help that girl to tell you your testimony or show her that testimony and see that dang at the end, redemption? But when it first started, you was down in the same position I was in. I can show you, man, the Most High so wise, he can use all this as a play. Go read Jeremiah, go read Isaiah, go read the book of Joshua, go read Exodus. Man, they say the Most High man of war. He ain't come to bring no unity. So if somebody in this word use it and truly rightly divine it and live in it, and they use a word, man, let me read something to you.
Hey, bring it out. Bring it out, man. I was just about to say that. Most High is a man of war,
Yeah,
and
he man,
scriptures backs that up. You know.
bro, he allowed me, man. Most High is amazing. Okay, so I'm gonna just give you a quick snippet. Most High gave me the book of Hosea chapter 4. If you go read it, all I did was modernize it. Like you said, your wordsmith training.
Hmm.
I got training in something like that. And when I was doing Shakespeare, they told us to modernize it. When you read the KJV, all you gotta do is modernize the words. You be like, dang, he talking to them. Oh my gosh, I can understand why he was killing these prophets. To be called a slut to your face?
Right.
Goodness. Yeah. So So it go like, you claim you know me, but you don't. Telling lies, faking the phone. See what a mercy you supposed to have that. Swearing by my name falsely. Writing checks became cash that. Even scamming on Cash App. Headshot to your brother. Ooh, that's another finesse. Foolish man messing with the good man wife. Man, I can't wait till he back. Therefore, y'all gonna weep in that day that I'm coming to reap. Just listen to me, I'm speaking. Everybody language is seething. Sheesh, look at your beast. Look at the birds. Look at the sea, they gone. Destruction is on, but don't fight, don't correct that man. He right, they strive with the priest. In the night they shall follow along with their prophets. Damn, this is deep. Ooh, this time I met your mama out in the open. This ain't no sneak. Read the prophecy. Just take a peek. My people destroyed. They don't know me. Ha, I don't know them. Nah, you ain't no priest to me, bruh. Forgot my law? I done forgot your children. As they grew, so did they sins. But they went a whore and woo, so shame will be had instead of glory. Man, wait, and then also he say something like your wives are terrible. I'm gonna let them cheat on you. I'm gonna ask you how I feel. Yeah, yeah, that's how I feel. Y'all went and committed idolatry. Okay, I'm gonna let somebody else stick their thing in your wife then. Tell me how I feel. Oh, y'all made a covenant. I don't care nothing about that. Most High was talking to him like that. But if our people don't truly explain how these prophets was talking, man, people ain't gonna believe the word. They ain't gonna, our people ain't gonna believe it already. But when you don't get the truth of the word to these people, people don't care about what you're saying. We created in his image. We we quick to, like you saying, some of the world, we quick to gravitate to them because of what they say. They talk off their feelings. But how they feel. Kendrick Lamar and Drake, Kendrick had a problem with him, so he made that diss, and that diss he done had a whole concert off of it, made a music video, had a number one song for a few weeks, right? But that's all off his feelings because he felt disrespected. So I'm okay. We idolizing this man who was made in the image of the Most High. If he was made in his image, he also has his feelings, how he thinks. You a man, you analyze like your creator. So when you use that word and you read that word with that mindset, it's like, man, hold on. Most High heart broke. All them girls that did me wrong, left me, ghosted me. That's how he feel. So I can use all this ammo that I got, this hurt that I got, that he allowed me to have because that's how he feel. I can spew it out to the people so they are here. Everybody understand how it is to mess with a hoe. Everybody understand what it is to like a hoe. You know she fine, she thick too, she look good, you like her. But she keep going over there with Tom, Dick, and Hank, and it's breaking your heart. You like her, but you mad at her. Like, dang, you doing me wrong. And if I can show that to somebody who'd have been through it, man, that nigga right. I'm finna go tell people about this. Go watch this. Because this the word of the Most High. I done chose this foolishness that people can't understand. They can't get past the word. I done chose this foolishness for my people to hear. It's just another parable that people don't want to see because like I said, man, a lot of the content that we got now is PG. I think, and don't get me wrong, the PG stuff good. The kids they need that. Sometimes we need that, but at the same time, there needs to be a balance. Sometimes you gotta spill out a gut. Because if I tell somebody, if I lie to somebody, you shouldn't be gay. Ah, okay, why shouldn't I be gay? It's right. They just said he said he was cool with it. Man, now let me tell you why you shouldn't be gay. It's wrong according to the Bible. You also want to know how I know it's wrong? It ain't natural. But you want to know why I say it's not natural? Because I used to have gay thoughts. I saw a man when I was younger doing certain stuff with another man he wasn't supposed to be doing. Man, and I tell somebody the truth about that, what I saw, and I had temptations about that, and the thoughts that run through my mind, that can save so many people because it's like, dang, this brother, this sister right here, oh my, they was looking bad. But now they over here though. How they look good. Sometimes you gotta show that through entertainment, man. But it be real life. A lot of people say that art imitates life. That's yeah, I wholeheartedly agree. Most High, he know how to speak to his people. Why you think you got so many songs? Why you think so many people came to the Fringe Fest? They want to hear that music. They want to bop to it. But when you get past that bop, I don't care what you saying. Oh, the missiles dropping. Oh, missiles dropping. When you go read the scriptures, yeah, you see the time speeding up. Boom. But I'm telling you the truth, it sound good because I'm giving something that you need to hear in a way that only you can understand. Well, now when I put it in a visual, I give you a visual. Now I'm gonna let you see how I feel. Yeah, I know you like it. This is what I'm trying to show you who I am. Come back home, baby. But if we all just stand, if I just stand here with my hands folded, like Proverbs say, the folding of the hands. I think what the twinkling of the eyes, and boom, your poverty shall come on you with great travail. Cause I'm doing this. I ain't trying to show nobody. And I ain't finna act like it's instantaneous. I gotta pick up my pace. And really just been in the hiatus, man, trying to figure out, okay, Isaiah, you gotta really do this for the most. That's also back social media thing. I'm trying to make sure my intentions are pure. Because if I have talents like this, if brothers or sisters got talents like they have that the Most High has given them, gotta make sure our attention's pure because it can be easily skewed. Judas fell off. Peter cursed 3 times on the Messiah to deny him. It wasn't no, I don't know him. He said, on God, I don't know him. Man, I put that on my life, on my mama them. On God, I don't know that man. Who is he? Man, 3 times he did that. So your vision get easily skewed, regardless of how quote unquote pure your intentions are, regardless of how boastful and charismatic you want to be. So it's time to look like, okay, I need to be living right, and I also need to be giving this word out. So I need to be boom on it. Because if they can fall, if Adam can fall, the first man who saw the Most High, who heard his voice, who did he didn't you see him shake him up and he fell off. Who am I? I'm just a bubble on the top of a water. If I pop, woo woo, I really got to be careful.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And once again, like that, the humility first and foremost. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, knowing once again why you want to do it and making sure that your heart is really where it needs to be as you do it. Because once again, the Most High, He knows where our heart posture is at, and if it's not aligned with doing His will, you're just looking to gain your basically serve your own belly, like the scriptures say. Then it's
Mm,
just like, bro, you just like, what are you doing, man? You just wasting like you wasting time, bro. But more importantly, I mean, you're gonna. It's not like you're gonna get away with that. That's something that you're gonna have to answer for. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, I mean, like you playing with fire when you do stuff like that. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like it's more respectable if, all right, I just want to get my shine on, then just, I mean, just go in the world. I mean, it's more respectable if you
straight
just
up.
like just that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, like you're lying to yourself. You're not being real with yourself. If you just want to shine and that's all you want, then just go in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like just go on that wavelength and you know what I'm saying? Like, shoot, I'm not like I said, I'm not this is no by no means to try to encourage people to actually do that. But what I'm
Right.
saying is just like the principle, like don't be like don't try to be don't be two-faced basically. You know what I'm saying? Like don't try to put on a front like, this righteousness. This is really what you about and you really live in this life. When realistically that's not really what you about at all. You're really just trying to gain whatever comes with, the territory, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like the popularity and stuff. Like, this is not no popularity contest, man. This is not a game. Yeah, excuse me, in the background, whatever. I just got a notification, but it's not a game whatsoever, bro. Like, the Most High, He's gonna ask you about this particular thing, whatever it is that you're trying to do. Like, even if it's not necessarily like music, you know what I'm saying, but you're just trying to use His word to catapult yourself at the forefront of whatever it is. You know what I mean? Maybe you're trying to be like this top notch influencer or something like that. You know what I mean,
Mm,
on social media or YouTube or whatever, because you have a lot of we have a very heavily influencer driven type of social media, driven society these days. And a lot of people are trying to be at the head of that. You know what I mean? And maybe your motives for being an influencer is not really where it needs to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're just
yeah,
trying to, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Once again, it's all a part of the rat race. You know what I'm saying? I gotta climb to the top, and I gotta do it by whatever means necessary. But don't use the word of the Most High to try to, catapult yourself into that limelight. It's just like, bro, that's why I said I respect, the perspective that you have on things, because it's a very humble approach that you're taking with it. You know what I mean? You understand that there's souls on the line here. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
this is life or death. This is, once again, this is nothing at all to play with. This is not, sandbox. Those sandbox days is gone, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is real life, bro. Like,
man.
our lives is on, our souls is on the
Facts.
line. You know what I mean? But also, I
Mm,
like how you touched on, like, because everything that you just pretty much brought to the table there, as far as like how impactful it can be, I agree with you. And I pray, I really, and I'm gonna keep it in prayer too. I'm gonna pray that the Most High, allows you to, have the platform to actually make these things come to fruition, as far as like the theater and things like that. You know what I'm saying? And really showing people, through the visuals, like, what's really at hand here. Because I know you touched about the PG, 13. Like, you respect it, but at the same time, let's my goodness, you forgive me about the background noise. Yeah, I know you talked about like the PG, 13. You respect it, saying, for what it's able to do, but at the same time, it's just like, no, let's give people the real. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's show people what's really going on. You know what I mean? Like, we gotta give people the real. Like, this is real life. You know what I mean? Like, when you out on the road and somebody, they cut you off, or somebody gets cut off, what I'm saying, and they get pissed about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are they really gonna do? You think they're gonna just be like, oh my gosh, you know what I'm saying? What I'm saying? You idiot. I mean, yeah, they're probably gonna say that, but I mean,
yeah,
no, it's gonna be a little bit more gruesome than that. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna use
yeah,
some very, like, they're gonna, get foul with it. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Man, Dennis Delamar, he has something called Gates, and that's me sending you a text about that book of Hosea.
Oh, okay, 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 got
So,
you,
but
got you.
he has this short film called Gates on Woke Picks. I watched it, and this is a righteous channel, right? This is about Adam and Eve. But as I'm listening to it, I ran it back 3 times, and I had to ask him. I said, "Did he say the F word?" He did. He said, I was like, "That's interesting." He said, "Yeah, I want to give people the real, the honesty of it, cause I'm tired of being fake, bro." Noah got drunk. Abraham lied. David had a man murdered, and he smashed his wife out, got her pregnant. Saul tried to kill that man a few times. Man, come on, let's tell the truth. Samson, he liked the booty. Samson liked getting down, man. He wanted the Philistine. He got played, got his eyes put out. So it's like, man, let's talk about, man, Hosea wife cheated on him. Isaiah had to walk out there naked. Something that we can relate to wholeheartedly while we in America, man, we was enslaved.
And Solomon, you know what I'm saying? He had all these concubine wives.
Yeah, we got side pieces now. We got people cheating on each other now. You had the men of Gibeah, they was trying to rape a man. So it's like, bro, you want to talk? Let's talk the real. You want to know why we here? Let's talk why we here for real. Then that's the only way we can hold that accountability. Because the PG-13, yeah, it's cool, but if we don't admit the truth on why we here, what was in our forefathers, we ain't never gonna get out. Most I said, if you gotta admit, you gotta accept your punishment and admit where you at. You gotta repent for them sins. Repent. You gotta confess that too while you at it. I mean, you can't just turn around. You gotta talk about what you did. That's what's gonna make you feel bad and not want to do it again. Because you gotta hear how bad you did, man. We cheated on the man. Why we slaves? Man, we were slaves. Yeah, yeah. You wanna know why you were slaves? Because you disrespected the most high. We don't want to hear that though. And I think when we learn how to hear that, sometimes you may have to hear it in the musical fashion. Our
Right.
people like drama. Our people like to be entertained. Most I know what type of people we are. So I think sometimes, yeah, I got a respect for the PG-13 stuff. I think we need to keep that. But I think we also need to add that real to it, man. This man, wife a hoe. If my, let's be real. I'm telling, I understand how a girl to play with, man. I understand. When I tell you, I understand the rage you can have because you like this girl and she turned out to be a hoe. Mess with another dude in your face. That can enrage somebody. You want to know it can enrage you so much to where you want to kill it. Murderous thoughts come through your mind. Let's be real. Everybody on this in this earth that had a murderous thought come to their mind. They tell me they a damn lie. Everybody done lied. Everybody done had a lustful thought coming to their mind. Everybody stole. Everybody did these things. But we just gonna sugarcoat like only a few man quit playing. The only man that was sinless was Yahusha. John became condescending when he got thrown in prison. He became a little, man, are you the one who was sent, or do we need to look for somebody else, man? Shoot. Hey, remember John, bless all those who ain't offended in me. Hey, go tell John this while you at it. All this stuff happening. Yeah, the blind, they can see too. Man, you gotta go through the real life. Reuben slept with his daddy wife. Joseph's brother tried to get, man, let's talk about the truth. What we doing now in captivity? Killing our brothers, smashing our other people's wives. We're on crack on fentanyl. We on all this. If I can show my people how they look, maybe they learn how to look in the mirror. But if I always show them in a bad light, that's what they gonna perpetuate because that's all they see in the mirror. But if I learn how to show you how bad you look and where you can be from how bad you look to how beautiful you can be, the Most High, man, he said, Messiah said he can make you fisher of men. I know I don't want to be talking. I want to be able to do this for real, man, because it's a passion. I just got to learn how to put my feet on it, quit, just get a little loose out with it. But he said, I'm gonna make you fishers of men. He want the scum of the earth. He said, I done chose the babes. I done hit this knowledge from the wise and the prudent. So the people that's up there, that they smart, that's all wise, man, they ain't gonna get it. But guess what? Who gonna get it? People from the slums, people that's babes, people that's struggling. They understand exactly what it is to be molested. They understand exactly what it is to see somebody cheat on somebody. They understand exactly what it is to see somebody bleed out and die. They understand exactly what it is to be from the slums. Messiah he was born in Bethlehem, but he came from Naphtali, man, from the plains of Naphtali, from Nazareth, bro. It wasn't pretty over there.
It's basically like a hood, but in ancient times is really what it
Yeah.
was. Yeah.
Man, so it's like, okay, if he came from there, how can I show people that? Because people got to portray, man, they got our Messiah looking, man, the devil lying. They got our Messiah looking wrong. Let's tell the truth. Let's also tell another truth. We killed them. Though the Romans, they slapped, but hey, the high priest, them folks in there, they put them hands on the grown men hands, whopping them. I'm talking about Emmett Till in his face. But that's something that we don't want to admit. The crackers did it, man. Now y'all wanted them crackers to do it. Quit playing with me. Y'all wanted them to do it. Y'all want them to hurt you. Y'all want them to hurt the Messiah. Y'all wanted that. If I can show y'all that y'all wanted it, maybe I can make you think. Maybe I can make you say, how cruel am I as a person? Sometimes we got to find out how cruel you are as a person. That's a humbling stage. Yeah, man, you a terrible individual. The most I gonna take if he say depart from you, man, it's better to tell yourself, man, Isaiah, you garbage, dude. You suck. Well, your heart black. You need to stop, man. What kind of thought? Man, you ain't, man, you wrong. The way you talking to people, the way you treating people, Isaiah, you wrong. Rather than, oh, I love God, and you die. Man, who are you? Isaiah, the prophet? Man, you can't be him. Battle. Isaiah Barnes, Isaiah Bartlett. Isaiah Battle ain't no here.
Man.
Man, I ain't trying to hear that. I'm trying to go ahead and say, Isaiah, you suck. Hey, you know you was wrong for that. Go ahead and admit that. The only way you can admit is by looking at how you look. Sometimes our people can't read the scripture. Sometimes he don't reveal it to people by reading the scriptures. He reveal it to people by showing them the works behind your faith. That's why it's 122. Because now I got to learn how to do what I said. Show the people to show them.
Man, that's big facts, man. And just alluding back to the theater itself, like I feel like it's everything that you just said is exactly why I think it can be very effective because it's basically showing because like when you read the scriptures, you know what I mean, like it's almost kind of like when you're watching like TV shows, you know what I'm saying, or you're watching like for instance, I used to watch this series on CW. Well, actually, it was already pretty much done. Like all of the seasons were already pretty much done. I was just watching the reruns on Netflix. It's called Arrow from CW, like with Oliver Queen. Yeah, man. Bro, I love that thing, man. I watched all 8 seasons. I was binge watching the hell out of that thing, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I mean, I ain't watched it in a minute, cause bro, like these days, man, it's bro even watching a movie, like I haven't watched a movie in Lord knows how long, man. It's just, bro, it's just the things that I got my hands tied up in, bro. It's just, I can't even watch a movie. You know what I'm saying? I literally have to, deliberate. I have to be very much deliberate about carving out time to watch a movie if I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, just to go back to Arrow, um, watching that series, it's just like every episode. It's not like, all right, you watching this episode like every episode, let's put it like this, every episode it's at a different point in time, like probably a month, maybe 2 months or 3 months led up into the event that's now being brought to you in this episode that you are watching right now. It's not like a day by day type of thing. It's the same thing like with the scriptures. When you're reading a lot of these accounts in the scriptures, what I'm saying, these are things that happened months, years, sometimes 50 years, sometimes 100 years, sometimes half a millennium away. You know what I'm saying? When you're reading a lot of these accounts, when it comes to the scriptures, what I mean? Nothing just happened like overnight. You know what I'm saying? Like everything, it took time for a lot of these, different events in the scriptures to play itself out. I mean, how else would you have a history if it didn't? You know what I mean? So I say all that to say, like, when people are reading the scriptures and they're reading of a lot of these accounts, and I know you was just talking about like how there was, taking you through your own type of, wordsmith training and telling you to modernize what a lot of these scriptures are saying. You know what I mean? Like a lot of what's being brought out, it's no different than like what we're dealing with in reality. You know what I mean? So taking that approach to, I'm gonna give them the real, like this is because this is real life. How else are they really gonna know? How else are they really going to connect to it? You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, we're human beings. We're human beings, and everything that we're reading when it comes to the scriptures is based on like how we really live, like how we really are. You know what I'm saying? From our thoughts to how we carry ourselves, what I'm saying? The reasons behind our actions, et cetera, et cetera. It's no different than what our forefathers did. But I think when people read it, they're probably, I guess it probably doesn't register because they don't really. And this is the reason why I like, because I've been like lately, I've been watching, I don't know if you've seen it on YouTube. It's this thing called Judah Sketch Animation. So basically, you should check it out. I'll shoot you a link so that way you can actually check it out for yourself. But it's probably no different than some of the stuff that you've probably already seen. Obviously, like it's AI driven, but the visuals are amazing. Like the animation, like how the way I don't know what they're using, but bro, the Most High is my goodness, because the visuals, man. Like I was watching Solomon's, I was watching David's, from Shepherd to King. I haven't watched Joseph or the Samson one yet, but the way that they were, bringing these visuals to the forefront, like for instance with Solomon, I know you remember the account of the two women, right? They were fighting over the child. You know what I'm saying? and because one of the women, her child, she died, so now she's trying to like, act as if this child that belongs to this other woman, as if that's her daughter or something like that. So that's when they were brought before Solomon's presence and whatnot. And that's when Solomon was just like, bring me a sword and then I'll slice the child in two. One half goes to this woman right here, who was the real mother, and then this one goes to the false mother. And then the real mother was just like, no, 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 please, what I'm saying, don't kill don't kill my child, don't kill my child, because that's natural, innate woman, or motherly instincts kicking in. That's what a real mother is gonna say and do. While the other one is just like, kill him, kill him, kill him, because she wasn't really the mother. She was just bitter and envy that saying that her daughter died. Now she wants, this woman who's the real mother of this child, she wants, her to die too. Misery loves company, right? And so when but when Solomon saw that the woman was in all distraught and whatnot, saying, because they were getting ready to slice the child in two, that's when they're like, all right, that's the mother, what I'm saying, because that's this wisdom, that's the wisdom that the Most High has given them. But how they were able to actually like visualize that, because reading it is one thing, you know what I mean, but when you bring visuals in, and like how you're talking about like with the theatrics and stuff like that, see, that's where you kind of like bridge that gap, because it's one thing to like visualize it in your mind, but when you actually have a very well crafted like visual behind like a lot of these accounts, and you're able to act it out in a way that really shows what it would actually look like in a real sense, like people are like, oh, I'm saying? Oh, okay. Like they actually can relate, because we're human beings. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, how we're gonna relate to it if we don't really actually have it's like that saying goes, like um a man can't be a man, you know what I'm saying, unless he's seen a man. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that. Like, how can you really do it unless you've actually been given a proper example? You know what I'm saying? You've actually seen it in real time. This is the reason why the Messiah, was sent to us by the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Manifested himself into the flesh. You know what I mean? And he showed us how we ought to walk upright. How else would we have known that unless he had, set forth that example for us? So I'm keeping it in prayer for you, bro. I'm keeping it in prayer. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping that the Most High definitely at some point, what I'm saying, that he, allows, he equips you with the tools and the resources necessary to actually, put all that together. You know what I'm saying? I can kind of already see it right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can see you guys like maybe hosting like a big event or something like that, maybe renting out like a theater room, you know what I'm saying, and you have like co-writers and stuff like that, and you guys have like a very well choreographed like play, established, or it's just off of actual accounts, what I'm saying, that's actually happened, in the scriptures, but putting it in a way where it's just like when the people see it, it's just like, oh my gosh, what I'm saying? And even, if you have to even use, what I'm saying, like less PG type of terminology, what I'm saying, you may have to get a little bit vulgar, but once again, you're just giving them the real, what I'm saying? So,
Yeah,
hey man.
bro. I think a lot of times we get that vocal. We speak English. Not saying that certain words shouldn't be used. I don't think they should. But let's be real. We ought to use certain words that shouldn't have been used. Whether no matter how long ago it was or we done heard it. I think we got to get past that mindset about what it is, a specific word they saying. What's the message behind what they saying? We get so focused on the man, how can I put it? Because we so wishy-washy as a people, we hear these people from the world rap and we expect them to say bad words. And we love it when they say bad words. We get emotion. But when we start talking about the word and get putting bad words in it, people think we blaspheme. It's not like that. You don't, man, and Jeremiah, he said, I'm with your children be like dung on the ground. We read in 1611 terminology. Dung is doo-doo. If somebody from the hood in 2024 said you're gonna be like dung on the ground, they ain't gonna say dung. They probably gonna say shit. Because you understand, because you didn't seen a dog doo-doo. You didn't seen that, man, you had to go clean up some dog doo-doo. You had to go clean some dog mess before. So me say that to you, this how your children gonna be, that'll bring it to your mind like, dang, he talking like that in the Bible? Man, that's what that mean? Ah. And we can't be so religious to say, oh, you're cut, man. How you know I'm cussing, man? We speak English. Nimrod was once a daggum cuss word, and Nimrod shook his hand at the Most High. But we still say that man name. So I'm trying to figure out like, are we gonna be once? Come on, let's be real. We in America. We in captivity. You think Peter them ain't say nothing? Man, they Yahusha, man, Messiah was talking so reckless to man, they wanted to kill him. So it's like, how can I show that he was a real individual? To let them see he lived a life, but he was the savior. He didn't overstep his father's boundaries. He didn't break the law. He ain't do none of that. But how can I show him that he talked like a normal human being, that he ate, he had friends, people probably farted around him. He probably didn't smell funky smells. He didn't see people throw up. He didn't see people nasty. Peter them probably done burped. Man, he went to Peter's house and healed his mama-in-law. So it's like this is a real life that they living. How can I show that? You got people conspiring to murder this man. You think they come here, jolly brother? Man, nah, man, we finna kill this nigga. Oh, we got to have him. Man, that nigga messing up the bread. What you talking about? Man, they talk like that, man. You know how our people talk. You know how we are. So it's like, man, I want to bring the word for real because it got to come alive to you. And the only way, sometimes, I ain't gonna say the only way. The way that the Most High bring it alive to you is to bring it off the page, quite literally into theatrics. Because this is based on a true story. If I'm modern, I ain't Jose and this ain't necessarily got to be a 40-year-old man. He could be 25, 26, 27 years old in college, getting married young. Don't forget when Israel came out of the wilderness, she was a young nation. So Gomer could have been a young lady. Jose then could have been young, you know. So let's really look at the scriptures. He wanted to give this girl, and she breaking his heart. Man, girl, you a hoe. I'd have had a kid with you. You out here having sex with other men. Got me looking like a god doggone simp. B, get out of my face, man. Jose want talking nice. And they probably talk like Jody and Jody, our baby boy.
Young baby boy.
So we got to look at the reality of the scriptures, man. That's why I don't think man, Samson was a freak. He liked to get it on. David liked women. Solomon liked the women. One of David's sons raped his sister.
Oh yeah, Tamar. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, our people grimy for real. How can I show this real stuff? How can I show what Israel actually be going through? Because these grown men cousins out here raping these little girls too, man. How can I show these people this? Man, how can I show these young men that dad come understand how it is to want a wife, but you messing with a hoe? How can I show you this? How can I show these men out here? I understand you trying to do it for your family, but your oppressors out here doing you bad. How you think Moses felt? Can I show these people this? I can't necessarily bring Exodus 1 to them. They probably not finna understand that. So how can I use this wisdom to show my people?
Absolutely, man. You know what I mean? And shoot, I feel like definitely this is something that, Israel needs because we already talked about this before. Like, there's not a whole, once again, everybody's not going to have the same office. Like, even with the music, what I'm saying? Everybody's not going to like be an artist. This is something actually the brother, because I know I mentioned Zion, what I'm saying? Because Zion, I actually had him on the show before. It's something that he said towards the end of his, towards the end of, what you call it, like, because I was asking him some, last remaining questions and stuff like that. And one of the things that Zion said was, you know, like it's just like talking like on the music too, like just keeping it specifically in the context of that. Like we have plenty of artists. Like there's no shortage of artists. You know what I'm saying? No shortage of, rappers, singers, poets, etc., etc. But what we don't have enough of is producers, right? I can literally name on like maybe a hand, possibly two, as far as like producers that I personally know in Israel, you know what I'm saying? shoot, Demon Slayer is one. Naviel, I know he produces Freezy. Who else? A cook that up, Kali, what I'm saying? I know he produces for, my brother, Yafi, he even produces for Hezekiah as well. Um, and there's a few other ones, Solo the Prince, shoot, yeah, he produces as well. He really got his sound very, East Coast driven, but he's really got a good grip over that. Very, yeah, man, you should check him out, Solo the Prince. I think you probably already know about him, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, Solo, he's dope. But oh yeah, Gesture. I can't forget about Gesture for real. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Gesture. He's dope with it too, man. But it's not too many producers that you can really, like name off of like, two hands, for at least me, respectively. Because there's not too many that, encompass that, what I'm saying? Or even, mix engineers or mastering engineers or just producers in general. Because producers don't necessarily have to be beat makers. Producer is a very general term. You know what I'm saying? Like you can have many hats and you're a producer. You know what I'm saying? Or you could be a producer in a sense to where it's like almost like a coach of like a basketball team. You know what I'm saying? Like you know how to like put the right pieces together, if that makes sense. So, all right, I know you're good at this, you're good at mixing, you're good at, mastering, preparing the song for, distribution, et cetera, et cetera. You're great at marketing, you're great at, actually, you know, um, beat making or, actually composing the music and arranging everything. You're the vocalist or you're the artist, et cetera, et cetera. You're the one with the vision. You're the one with the pen and the lyricism, et cetera, et cetera. You know what I'm saying? And, you're able to like kind of orchestrate and put together all of these pieces together and make for a great, a great record. And this is a lot of the things that the brother was talking about, saying how there's plenty of artists, but it's just not enough other positions that's being, filled. There's too many, it's just overly saturated, basically, is what it is. And when you talk about like the the theater and everything, I think it's definitely something that Israel very much needs. Um more media personnel for sure. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to the brother, yo, Sop, Righteous Reactions, because I know he's definitely like at the forefront of like the media and everything. You know what I mean? Got to meet him at the F3 as well. Good brother, man. Got a good heart, man. What I'm saying? So shouts out to him, his family, you know. And there's other brothers at the forefront of that too. I know Repent, DJ Repent, he was at the event also. He was working the, he was the DJ, of course, saying doing his thing, saying working, working the boards, the turntables and stuff like that. He was doing his thing. But I mean, like I said, it's more than enough positions to be filled for us to be a very well-oiled machine, you know what I'm saying, and really be more like how we was like in the days of old. You know what I mean? And I know you mentioned this earlier in the segment. You know what I mean? We're definitely not stagnant. I don't think we're stagnant at all. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I see a lot of potential. I see a lot, yeah, man. I see a lot of work that's being done, to get us more on the level of where, we can be. And the most high is at the very forefront of all of it. You know what I mean? Like even like I said this year, or this very same month, they got the Brucella. Now I know that you're not gonna be yeah, at the Brucella, right?
Nah, I just found out about it when you said something.
Oh yeah, Brucella, yeah, man. So but I mean, but something like, simple as that, saying being able to, house all of these brews together and, have such an, impactful event, got a lot of performers that's coming out to that. You know what I mean? Like it's just very, in my opinion, I feel like it's innovative. You know what I'm saying? It's innovative. Of course, it's a spin-off of what's being done in the secular realm, but hey, you got options now. Got options. You know what I mean? You can't just be like, oh, well, this is just all I have and it's all I got to listen to, et cetera, et cetera. Well, have you checked out this Brucella? Have you checked out these guys? I mean, they have a roster of, some amazing talent. You know what I'm saying? I mean, have you ever thought to maybe perhaps lend an ear and listen to this? So I mean, once again, it's just, lending to the fact that, our people is doing a very, great job, in my opinion. And, not even just on a music tip, what I'm saying, like, of course, teaching, that's always been a staple of our people, what I'm saying, teachers, readers, people bringing the word to the streets, evangelizing and stuff like that. That's something that the Most High has blessed me with the opportunity to be able to do also, what I'm saying, go out on the streets, actually see people, actually seeing real life reactions, being on the forefront and just seeing how people really perceives this word when it's being brought out, what I'm saying, in such a bold and authoritative type of, type of fashion. You know what I'm saying? This is what the Messiah did. This is what the Messiah experienced. Messiah, he was speaking before multitudes, which it equates to thousands or hundreds, thousands, et cetera, you know what I'm saying, following him, you know what I'm saying, seeing the things that he's doing, you know what I'm saying? So we're literally not doing anything different than what's already been done before, you know what I mean? But I see our people, we're really, hitting all cylinders, and I can see that being even more expounded upon, as time goes on, you know what I mean? And so I mean, that's like I said, man, that's a beautiful thing, man. I mean, definitely stay on the top of that, man. Stay on the top of that, bro. In due time, man, the Most High, he's gonna grant you exactly what it is that you're looking for, man. But as we do start to bring this thing a little bit more to a close, there's another question I did want to ask you as far as like this is something I'm always kind of like interested in seeing like what brothers are gonna respond and say, given that, music is, obviously an office that the Most High has given you to operate in, to spread his glory, to be a light, saying to our people, as well as the world, of course. Because that's who the word is made for, not the righteous, but the ungodly, right? Sinners, of course. But when you are in the process of like, putting your songs together and things like that, the Most High, he done downloaded something into you. He wants you to lay it down, saying, on the track, et cetera, et cetera. Like what's your whole process like? I mean, do you, because I know I was talking with the brother Dre Too Saucy. I know him, he pretty much basically what he said in essence is like he obviously has like a lot of throwaway tracks and stuff like that. Because him, he's very like I wouldn't say like a perfectionist, but he's just very serious about his craft. He's just very serious about the music that he puts out. He takes it very seriously, and you should. Like I said, we're representing the Most High. We don't just want to put out garbage. You know what I'm saying? And as a result of that, as a result of him beating on his craft a lot, you know what I'm saying, he winds up with a lot of leftover tracks that, well, I mean, he has them now. I guess he just doesn't really know what to do with them, basically. You know what I'm saying? So that's a part of like his creative process and what have you. But for you personally though, like when you are in that mode, you know what I mean? Like what is it like for you? Like do you just write a bunch of stuff down? Like do you use like a like your notes, like digital notes, or you know what I'm saying, or do you just kind of just spit it as you go? Like you don't even write anything down. You know what I'm saying? Like you just kind of spit something that comes to mind and then like do the easy E approach, like where you just like one line at a time, one line at a time. You know what I mean? Like punching in basically.
Yeah. Nah, man, I'm more of a writer. I understand too saucy. Dre too saucy. I
Hmm.
understand what it means. Sometimes it depends on sometimes when I hear a beat, I already know exactly what I want to talk about. Sometimes I already know what I want to talk about before I hear the beat. So now I just go browsing beats. Um, but I like to write mine down. And the manner if I gotta sometimes I freestyle. I've never really freestyled over a track. I think is to me personally, I like stuff being more thought out. The reason I like it being more thought out is because I just want my sacrifice to be legitimate toward the Most High. I don't want no, I don't want no, man. I don't know how to put it in words like I want to, but I don't want no fluff going to the Most High. I want something to be legitimate. And me, if something gonna be legitimate from me, I got to sit down and write, let it be well thought out. Sometimes I delete certain stuff. Sometimes I don't use that track. Sometimes I rewrite a verse a year later on that track because now I done grown. Maybe my thought process is different. Maybe I hear like, how can I keep my standards good? Just I like my stuff to be. I ain't gonna necessarily say legit, but I don't want to bring no the most on no trash, man. If I know I can do better, I'm gonna do my, I'm gonna do my best. And if I can do my best, because I know it's a gift that he gave me, if I got to keep going back, like, nah, this ain't it. I got to keep going back to the lab, nah, this ain't it. If I got to keep going back, I will try again. I'm cool with trying again. I ain't even gonna front. I'm cool with sometimes taking a break, going back to another song, rewriting the verse. I'm cool with that because I think sometimes we need to do that. I hear a lot of music from out when people first started in the scriptures. and with this truth music, a lot of people didn't change some of the stuff that they said because they maybe heard some doctrine that they just ran with instead of reading them scriptures. But when then, boom, I start reading the scriptures, and man, this stuff sound legitimate. Because a lot of times when people go out there with it, well, especially when doctrines was going around, people start having
Hmm.
hate in their heart. Everything was different. People couldn't come on no unity tip. You start hearing that in people music.
Hmm.
You start hearing some stuff like, that don't sound right. That ain't according to scripture. And me, I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna write music and listen to music as if I'm gonna be the one listening to it all the time. And so I'm doing it like that because if I know I read and I know I'll do my best to try to live right, I'm listening for the same thing in your music. So I go with that in mind. Like if people finna listen to this, I'm not finna give you no. I'm finna give you the real. I'm not finna give you no fluff. I'm gonna give you something that you can relate to and understand exactly what I'm saying without no intentional slip ups in there, without no intention of trying to lead you astray. And no, I like to sit down and think about what I write because a lot of people, I like to listen to what you're saying. Because if you just saying some stuff trying to sound smooth on the beat, yeah, that'll get me for a little bit. But then now I'm starting to sit back like, what you say? Why that don't sound like that? You sound like you trying to lead me astray. I don't know about you.
Man, I feel you, bro. I feel you on that, and I like the fact that you do take your time because I'm very much the same way. Like I don't know, man. Like I just like writing. You know what I'm saying? I like writing. I like lyricism
Yeah,
and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I got to make sure that, especially even now more so. That's why when you was talking about like you can hear just based on like what a brother might be saying, like and because like I said, I've been there, done that. I know what that's like. You know what I'm saying? Like because music, yeah, it's a reflection. It's a reflection of where you currently are in life, basically. You know what I'm saying? And even me myself, I listen to a lot of my old songs. I'm just like, that's why I can be like, I deal with myself excuse me, with a degree of empathy because I realized that at that time, that's just the pinnacle of what my understanding was. You know what I mean? But the Most High, like he takes you through things. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't stay the same. You grow, you evolve, you change, you become like I can legitimately, wholeheartedly, confidently say that I'm not who I was 4, 5, 6, 7 years ago when the Most High first brought me into this faith. Like my knowledge is far, like my knowledge, my understanding. I'm not saying that I'm on a level of like a Solomon or even the Messiah. Heck, no, hell no. I would never go that far. No man could say that, man. There's no man is ever gonna be on that level. And the Most High even said that there's gonna be a king like Solomon, after him. You know what I mean? So I would never ever, try to act as if like, I'm just on a level now. Can't nobody tell me nothing? Hell no. But what I can say is that I'm not that, like how I just first came in like a spring chicken, you know what I mean? I just don't know anything or I don't have any understanding at all. You know what I mean? And the little bit of understanding that the Most High has given me, I'm very much grateful for. You know what I mean? And, just little by little, you know what I'm saying? It's just being further expounded upon. You know what I mean? But just with the little that I do have, I'm grateful for, I'm content with it. And it reflects in the music that the Most High, allows me to put out, in these days and times. You know what I mean? Because once again, I'm not that same person. You say, I know you can concur with that. You know what I'm saying? You're not that same person. You're not that same Yesha that you was years back. You know what I'm saying? You completely different person. You far evolved. You know what I mean? And it's going to reflect in your music. I don't care if it's what you're talking about. I don't care if it's the sound, maybe even the equipment. But like I said, those are more on the surface level type of things. You know what I'm saying? What really matters is more so like your heart posture, your understanding, what you know, like what you're able to discern, in accordance with the scriptures, et cetera, and just how you're putting that on display, on wax, basically. You know what I'm saying? Like instantly people are gonna hear, okay, this was him here, but this is him now. It's just it should be a night and day difference. It shouldn't be, dang, like I'm just hearing the same thing. Like, where's the growth at? You know what I'm saying? Where's the evolvement? You know what I'm saying? He's just doing, of course, don't get it twisted. The principle is always gonna be like, the backdrop that you made, it's always gonna be the rock. It's always gonna go back to the Hamashiach. You know what I'm saying? But there still should be some some level of a difference, if that makes sense. It should never really be no stagnancy. You know what I'm saying? Like Most High didn't put us in this thing to just be stagnant. You know what I'm saying? He
I
put us in,
agree.
yeah, he put us here to be fruitful. You know what I'm saying? To bring much fruit. You know what I'm saying?
Supposed to go to faith
So
to faith.
mm-hmm,
Yeah, I think it's in Romans. Every man is supposed to go from faith to faith. He gives you a measure of faith, and you're supposed to grow from it.
mm-hmm.
And depending on what you do, you good ground, 100-fold, 60-fold, 30-fold. The Most High gonna increase you. He gonna cut back, but he gonna take you to a whole different place. You said some key. The growth is supposed to be seen, and I realize we got to give ourselves. You said something key, man. You give yourself empathy. I'm learning how now to give myself the benefit of the doubt and be more compassionate with myself. That's how I learn how to be compassionate with others too, because I'm giving myself mercy. If I'm condemning myself, I'm gonna automatically condemn others. Ain't nobody got no room for growth. That's a lie.
Yeah, devil's a lie, right?
Yeah. So I'm like, it's you. There has to be that growth has to be seen. It, not only is the Most High looking, but people looking at you too. It says, "Be not my men, be not many masters, because you have the stricter judgment." Why? Because you got people watching you. So now what you say, you got to back it up by what you do. Now what you do has to be legitimate. You can't just be talking about it. So you should be growing somewhere. You should be going from faith to faith. You should not. A baby should not still. A 25-year-old man should not still have a 5-year-old a child like mine. You would be considered retarded. To just a bit in layman terms, they would consider that's mental retardation. Your body is you are handicapped. So a man that's been in this 1 year and a man that's been in this 20 years, that 20-year-old man that he should be much further along. I hope you done read through the Torah. I hope you've been studying because we're gonna find out. Because when we have a conversation, it's gonna be in here. You're gonna give me wisdom. And if you talking to somebody on the street that don't understand the word, you're gonna give them parables and stories for them to understand. That's true wisdom. Because the Most High He can help his people understand it. You can have a parable, you can give them straight scripture. Messiah came through giving them parables. And when he came back to the temple, he said, "Man, today this scripture fulfilled in y'all ears." Man, who is this scripture talking about? It's talking about the Messiah. The spirit of the Most High is upon him. But he told them that in the parable, they got upset because they understood what he was saying. That's where that growth should be. People should understand what you're saying. He can give it to a little boy just like he can give it to a grown man. And yeah, I think that's what's important, bro. Everybody, yeah, we got to grow. I don't want, we got to grow. We see too many parables about, the sower and the seed. You supposed to grow. If you stagnant, that's why I don't think people don't understand. He will cut you off if you stagnant because you playing. You gotta do better. You gotta grow. You can't be there in the same spot. And everything that you do in life should reflect that. Everything that you do in life should reflect growth. Whether it be learning how to abstain from something, whether it be learning how to talk to people, be more joyful. At least you have grown from being depressed all the time. At least you ain't no addict. Man, praise the Most High that you free from that. At least you don't have those anger issues. At least you working toward that. And man, I know I keep saying this, it's not instantaneous. Anything we do in this life, you ain't gonna have it this instant. You ain't gonna have it right now. We still waiting on the kingdom. It's July 19th, bro. Shabbat. It's July 19th. If you've been up for 6 or 7 years, I've been truly committed for about 4, 5. I'm, uh, I, so we still gotta wait. So in that waiting process, we got a journey to go through to where we're supposed to be grown. And most likely not playing, you gotta grow. If man, he was finna cut that man when that parallel Messiah gave, he said, I'm finna uproot this little fig tree. The man said, "Well, hold on, and put some dung around it and put this hold on, let it grow, give it 2 years. If it don't yet, then cut it off." because you just look good. That's all. If you just look good, man, I cut you off. You ain't no use. And that's one thing that also helped me really pay attention to what I say too when it comes to writing lyrics. Because I'm like you, I really like how words fit together. I like it. I think it's a gift for people to get a beat and you can speed your words or you slow down your words or you sing over this beat. It sounds good. It's an amazing talent. And I think when we use it for righteousness and you grow from that and you live what you was talking about, it becomes all the more meaningful. It becomes much more important to you that it's just not now it's just not music anymore. It's beyond the mic. So what I'm doing right here, I'm trying to actually perfect my craft to show the Most High appreciate what He has given me. It ain't just about the music. It ain't just about finding a nice beat because I done found plenty of them. I done got many scrap, man. I got so many notes where I didn't complete it and stopped halfway because this song wasn't it. I got quite a few of them, 4 songs. Dang, this is for the Most High, and I know it's from Him. You understand one thing that we do know as an individual, you understand when something coming from Yah and when something not coming from Him. You understand what's flesh and what's not. Some stuff you just, dang, the world, oh, this ain't me. How I think of that? Dang. And it just
Yeah.
hits you. Some
Hmm.
stuff you try to force because you want to be seen. You want to get it out there because you got to do it. Oh, yeah. Man, nah, sometimes you got to sit back, live life, go through some things. Then you be able to talk about the things that you go through. That's how the Messiah was able to say parables. He done seen some stuff. He was alongside the Ancient of Days, so he done seen some stuff. Now I know how to talk to you. He wants you to do the same thing. Shut your mouth a little bit. You ain't gotta always rap, man. Sit down a little bit, man. You ain't always gotta be out there. Sit down, let me teach you some. Then when you go talk to somebody, your words got substance to it because now I see you not only living a life, but you done been through some stuff to where you can tell me, and it makes so much sense to my feeble mind, and you ain't got to use now one scripture. But I'm talking about the scriptures by telling you a story about what's going on. The parable of the seed and the soul, the parable of the rich man and Lazarus, the parable of the prodigal son. Can y'all see that? Y'all can't see yourselves in it? And now you can see yourself in it? Good job, my child.
Well, all praises to the Father, man. And that's really what it is, man. It really, once again, bro, patience. When you read Galatians the 5th chapter, right? Starting at verse 22, after it talks about the works of the
Mm.
flesh, it talks about the fruits of the spirit, man. Patience, man. And that's really the only way that the Most High can, grant you that. Saying it's just by being patient, man. Everybody has their seasons. Even right now, I think it's well, we all in them just of our seasons. What I'm saying? You going through your season, I'm going through mine. You know what I'm saying? We just gotta really fall. He's really gotta fall back and let the Most High just, show you some things. You know what I'm saying? And really pay attention. Really pay attention. Like there's some things there's some things right now like within this season that I've had to that the Most High has been showing me, like, this is, what you have to really step up to. Like, for instance, my sister, right? My little sister, the very same one, what I'm saying? Like, when the Most High first brought me into this thing, right? What I'm saying? Like 6, 7 years ago, you know what I mean? Just, I don't know, I guess, because at the same, once again, what I'm saying, this all goes back again to, dealing with ourselves with a degree of empathy. Because at that time, what I'm saying, I was that overly righteous individual, I'm saying, like, we got to change, what I'm saying, we got to do this, we got to do that, what I'm saying, no more Christmas, no more Thanksgiving, what I'm saying, all that, Halloween, what I'm saying, burn it, what I'm saying, burn all of it, incinerate all of that, what I'm saying, we done. What I'm saying, I was just that overly righteous individual, what I'm saying, like, and I think it's safe to say that we kind of all went through that because we don't understand mercy yet. We don't understand the temperance. We don't really understand the Hamashiach for real. You know what I'm saying? Like we just in this thing. You know what I'm saying? Like we got this knowledge and now we
Fit
what I'm saying?
that.
Like, yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Now we feel like we just gotta like just tell the world and shout to the rooftops. You know what I'm saying? Like I know this, I know that, I know this, I know that. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, yo, chill down. You know what I'm saying? Like I know you mentioned Kendrick Lamar, right? Sit down, be humble. Right? Hey, yo, you know what I'm saying? Just sit down. Be humble, you know what I'm saying? What? Sit down. You know, it's just chill, man. Chill. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta be patient. You know what I mean? But at that time, you know what I'm saying? Like obviously, I didn't quite understand that. Obviously now I do. You know what I mean? That's why now, I'm not, I think it's safe to say I'm not the same overly righteous, individual that I once was. Because that's not healthy. Scriptures even says that, you know what I'm saying? Like not being overly righteous lets you destroy yourself. That's not good. That's not good. You got to have a balance.
You
You know what I
got,
mean? But
man, you got to,
yeah,
man, you
gotta
spit fast. Go
gotta
ahead,
have a
bro.
balance. But now, I mean, now I have a better comprehension of that balance that you have to have, and I feel like it couldn't have come at a better time because seeing my sister now, who years ago I was really trying to like, spit knowledge to her about this. You know what I'm saying? Like we got to change our ways. You know what I'm saying? We got to do better. We got to be better. Individuals. You know what I'm saying, on all accounts, et cetera, et cetera. Now it's just like I feel like the Most High, some of the things that He's brought her through, you know what I mean? And because Most High, He's gonna humble you, man. He's going to humble you. You know what I'm saying? We're not as like, I mean, people, want to think that, saying, oh, I'm the man or I'm the woman because I got this, that, and the third. Most High can take all that away from you in a heartbeat. I mean, read the accounting of Job. Most High allowed Satan to take everything away from that man. And Job he was just not some fly by night, regular dude. He was great men. Our forefathers were great men. Our forefathers were not just scoundrels and, you know what I mean? Or in these modern day terms, just bums and people that you just see on the streets, you know what I'm saying, living homeless and in boxes and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, no disrespect or anything like that to people who live like that, you know what I'm saying? Because you're supposed to be kind and courteous to people who are in those types of predicaments, et cetera, et cetera. You know what I mean? So this is not no shot to people who are in those predicaments, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just making a point how our forefathers were great men. I mean, we're a nation of kings and priests, for crying out loud. This is not just things that's just being said out of vanity. We really are that for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so, um, but just to see how, Most High, He's brought her through some things, you know what I'm saying, and um, he's really humbled her, and he's really brought her to a point to where it's like, dang, you know what I'm saying? She realized like, I really got to change. You know what I'm saying? I really, really, really got to change. You know what I'm saying? I can't, like, man, I don't think I'm gonna forget, that one time. And this actually happened, quite recently where she's just like, you know what I'm saying? This is like just before I had to go to work, saying she just pulled me aside and she was just like, saying, I want to be more like Yahweh and everything like that. Cause, saying she knows how I've been. You know what I mean? She knows how I've been, all these years, even with the music, saying all praise Yahweh and everything like that. And so it's just like, it's all coming. Yo, bro. Yeah, but everything is all coming down to
That
it's
ain't that ain't what I expected. I thought it was gonna be just the heart by itself.
all by
So,
itself.
my
I mean,
fault.
hey, that was pretty dope, man. That was pretty dope. I saw that. I was like, wow.
Hey,
No,
that
but
was just
that's
beautiful what your sister said, man.
yeah. She was just
Man,
like, I want to be more like Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? And then that's when we just had a pretty in depth conversation before I had went to work and everything like that. You know what I mean? And man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like I went to work that day, tearful. You know what I'm saying? I really did, man, because it's just like, you know, me and like I said, I just be so damn busy, man. I just be so busy and just so caught up in what I'm doing and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Sometimes I really don't even have time for myself, really, to be honest with you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like my mind just be so cluttered, and I know that's not really good either. You know what I
man, I
mean?
nah, what you just say, you got to have a balance. Like,
Yeah.
well,
You
I'm
know
the
what I
same
mean?
way. I
Yeah.
think a lot of young men, yeah, we gotta go through that. I know we gotta close too. Man, the young lions do suffer hunger and feel the pinch. We got to. But at the same time, as I've been told, gotta enjoy that journey. And I realize sometimes it's good to be busy. Don't get me wrong, be busy. All right, cause me too. Sometimes you gotta breathe, bro. Carve out some time. Watch a movie, dog. Hey,
Right, right.
I be, I'm finna paint. I'm finna give me a shot of whiskey, dog. I'm finna build a Lego set. Cause in Ecclesiastes, most time he want, like you said, our forefathers don't know. If he allows you to get these funds, of course you help people, but he don't want you to live like no scrap. No, man, go get you a Lego set. Go get you some paint. Go get you some thread. Go get what you like. I want you to enjoy this. I don't want you to think that you can't be no son. I don't want you to think that. And man, when I tell you, I was too over righteous. I don't want to do nothing. Man, don't you say no, nah, super militant, ready to kill if I got to type action. What about the word? We'll do some. The whole time I'm over here slipping up and it's like, dang, I'm still sinning. Hold on, what is going on? And you start
Mhm.
feeling bad because it's like I see you over righteous,
Mhm.
but you still sinning. So now you just tearing up your mind. That ain't healthy. And me, I'm learning how to learn how to breathe and realize, okay, we're in the world, but not of it. I ain't got to do what nobody in the world do. But if I go get me a Lego set, I go get me a shot of whiskey, man, I'm finna kick it.
Mhm.
Most how he didn't allow me to be over here to get these things. I ain't finna idolize. Man, the devil is alive. This is materialistic. Of course, it's gonna flee. Man, it's gone eventually. But man, Solomon was wise. He said, man, enjoy your life. This is the fruit of your labor. Go get that. Go live. Be a human being. That's why I think people don't read the scriptures, don't understand that he wants you to be a human being. That's why the Pharisees called him a wine bibber and a glutton. I'm not gonna go sit with these people so they can get the word of the Most High. They can get the word of my Father. And yep, I'm finna sip and I'm finna eat with them. And what? Man, Messiah, he was like that because he's like, man, I want you to live. Don't overstep my rules. Don't sin against me. And I'm learning that now. Like, man, I can go talk to these females. It ain't gotta go no other way. I can talk about the word. If she pretty, she pretty. If she think I'm handsome, man. Am I sinning? Can't be like that. If this dude over here, he ain't got no understanding, but he like video game, he like what I like. I need to. I can't talk to him. Says who? The word don't say that. Of course, you need to watch who you're around because corrupt, bad character corrupt good manners. They do. But when you got yourself and you ain't always with them, and you had see the person at school, I'm finna go sit with you.
Mhm.
I'm finna kick it with you. Y'all want to go get something to eat, man? I'm finna go eat with you, kick with you, and instead of me being so over righteous, because that's what you shoot yourself in the foot at. Because you know you got desires. You want a wife. You see
Mhm.
this? She thick. She pretty. Let's be real. He handsome. He got a nice chest. He probably got money. Come on, you probably want to. Most I know you see these things. He wants you to use wisdom. And she ain't no good woman. She a stranger. She a hoe. I don't do. I probably don't need to mess with her like this. I don't need to change my phone number to her. But man, she a virtuous one. I need to talk to her a little bit more. Let me get to know how you doing, man. Most I understand. He understands. Man, it was so hard for me to learn, bro. It was so hard for me to learn. Isaiah Battle, you a human being. You came from somebody's body. You came here by the way that the most I wanted you to come here through your mother and the father. You have emotions. You get angry. You get hungry. You got a boo boo. You got a pee. And you a human being. So what? Yeah, you think you're gonna be a robot? Nah, you don't drive yourself crazy like that. You gotta go live. That's, that's the thing with our forefathers. They just lived and they ain't keep him in mind. They just lived to start committing idolatry. No, live, be that light, keep my commandments. When people want you to come out on the Shabbat, nah, man, I'm good. I see y'all Sunday night. Man, I see y'all at work, bro. It was good kicking it with y'all. I'll see y'all later. Man, y'all wanna go to this club? Man, I'm good. My wife at the house, man. That ain't really my forte. I'm straight though. I'm good, man. But I'll see y'all at work. Not gonna go paint. Not gonna go build a Lego set, bro.
Yeah. I'm gonna
I'm
go
so
play
for
some.
real,
Yeah, I'm gonna go play some chess or something like that.
man.
Do something more constructive with my time.
Yeah, man. Come us a talk. Go watch a movie, bro. Go read a book. Go
Hmm.
chill, man. He wants you to breathe. He wants you to sit down. Cause when time comes, you gonna know time here.
Hmm.
Ain't no running. Ain't shoot. My brother used to be busy like that. Just, just take a time, just sit back and relax, bro.
Man.
I understand how it is to be busy, dog. I think that's just a part of being young. So you can't help not being busy. You got to be busy. That's just part of growing up and building something for yourself. But in the midst of that, shoot, live life. It's a point out the man wants to die. Should be that light. You're supposed to be. Go out there. Go talk. Is she pretty? Man, how you doing, man? Salona, what's up with you? Man, yeah, your breath stink. You need to go and joke with her. Shoot.
Yeah, man. Shoot, man. Nah, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate the encouragement. Appreciate all of that, man. I mean, all in all, man. But my sights, at the end of the day, is really very much set on, um, it's very much just set on, salvation, man. At the end of the day, bro. You know what I mean?
Likewise.
So, when it all comes down to it, bro, like even, you yourself, so I know, you want to be married. I mean, if it be the obvious will, I want to be married as well, man. You know what I'm saying? Of course,
Yeah.
I have my sights set, already on a certain, someone, But I mean, like I said, it's it's all in Abba's will, for it, to all,
Yeah.
work out, saying, when, the time comes, for everything to work
Yeah.
together, saying.
Straight
Um,
up.
Absolutely, man. But hey, man, Yesha, bro, it's been a blessing, bro. You know what I'm saying? This was more, I feel like, an open discussion more than it was an interview. And this is really what I hope to, saying to have with brothers when I have them on, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, this really truly is beyond the mic. This isn't just, once again, like that's just, whatever song it is that, people might know you of or what have you, man. Like that's not that. I mean, don't get it twisted. I'm not saying that that's not a part of you. Yes, it's a part of you, but this right here, right now, what we have in this type of dialogue, this is the real you. This is you letting your hair down. Like, hey, this is me. This is where I come from. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is like no cap. This is me, basically. You know what I'm saying? And this is the type of, conversations, saying that I hope to, saying to foster or to have, you know what I mean? Like every single time, saying that I, have them, with brothers, when I have brothers come along and, saying we talking, we conversing and what have you, man. So I'm just blessed that, you was able to, saying have that, right here, right now, man. Shoot, before we close out, I mean, is there anything that you want to leave with the listeners, bro?
Man, real quick to you and the listeners. I appreciate you making the atmosphere like that, bro. You just had this conversation. That's what I think the interview is. We just talk about life. Shoot. I like it. Man, y'all, yeah, tune in to Kino Reviews. I also listen to some of his music as well. Praise out before the brother. It was nice being on here with Take One by Servant. Um, Man, keep striving, y'all. If you young and listen to this, to the older folks, I'm pretty sure y'all already know. There's nothing that I can really tell y'all. But if I was able to share my understanding, I hope y'all was blessed by it. But the young folks, y'all, it's time to learn how to man up and woman up. It's not easy. You got to put your hand on the plow. You got to go to the Messiah. He'll make it light for you, but it's still a narrow path at the end of the day. It's something that you got to be intentional with and consistent and learn how to just grow up. And if you learn how to do that, the way that my life has changed, and I know Take One's life has changed, it can happen to you too. Um, it's not exclusive. Nah, it's inclusive if you're willing. All you got to do is be a willing vessel. He will include you. He will not leave you out. He'll leave the 99 to come get you. Remember that, and just know how to grow up and be the individual the most I want you to be. Know how to give yourself up. Is it easy? Nah, it's worth it though.
Man, very beautifully well said, man. I love the fact that you brought out the 99, you know what I mean? Because that's exactly what it is. Remember, these words, saying the scriptures, it was not for the righteous, it's for the ungodly, it's for the sinners. The Most High, like I referenced in Second Peter's 3:9. You know what I mean? The Most High, He's not slack as some men count slackness. You know what I mean? It's just a fact. You know what I mean? He's patient to, or He's long suffering to usward, not willing that any should perish but come unto repentance. You know what I
Yes,
mean? So at the
sir.
end of the day, this is what this whole time is about. This is what the Most High is giving us all of this time for. You know what I mean? It's not just, just delaying all of his promises. No, his promises are coming. You know what I mean? But when New Jerusalem, comes abroad, are you going to be a part of it? And this is what the time is allotted to you right now to, pretty much give you the opportunity of making happen. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the time is now. I mean, do you want the kingdom? Do you want to be a part of New Jerusalem, or shoot, or do you want to just go in the direction that majority of the world is going in? That's only going to lead them to the lake of fire. Saying the brimstone, eternal damnation. The time is now. You know what I mean? So, like I said, man. But all in all, man, very beautifully well said, bro. Appreciate just having you on, man, and just leaving the people with that last bit of encouragement, man. Yesha B, y'all, if y'all haven't checked him out, I will be leaving all his information in the description box, so that way y'all can support the brother, keep up with what he's doing, on social media as well as his streaming platforms and stuff like that. I mean, the brother, he's here, he's live, he's in the flesh, and the Most High is very much, using the brother to not only glorify his name, but, uplift the, nation of Israel. And, man, saying, just really warn the people, I'm saying, of the times that we are in, man, because, man, it's life or death. Right. So, Yesha, once again, man, it was much blessing having you on, man. And with that, we say shalom.
Shalom.
The root of David, the root of David, he came over 2,000 years ago to die for the sins of the whole world. Repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. This is the day. Tomorrow may be too late.
Abba, my life is here with you in heaven, yet to see every blessing. Rulership you can't measure, now I'm stacking my treasure. But a life after Christ wasn't always solely the aim. When looking back 8 Septembers, reminiscing when I was that someone with the perspective of someone that needed the word from someone to change my life for the better. Now you've made me that someone the spirit can use just to deliver this word to someone. Someone who's in dire need of hope, someone who's conflicted in their soul, someone who might have strayed from the path, but by the power of the Holy Spirit, you'll bring them back. My name is Wisdom, here I'm crying in these streets, speaking through this vessel, 7 inches over 5 feet. Witnessing the pride of all these souls treading past, behooving me even more urgently to wanna ask, how long will ye simple ones dabble in simplicity? Sure get all the wisdom that's been spanning out for centuries. A child is born and a son was given, a crown of thorns was worn to ensure your forgiveness. Skewed perceptions of love keep you in the club, searching left, right, and low, but never up above. In the hands of the Omega lies peace, and every inch of contentment you desperately seek. Listen, for generations my essence has been at hand to enhance these generations' discernment after the Lamb. Nothing spoken to you is in vanity, not the plan of the pleasure of Abba to sit and witness the death of man. Very few there ever be that find me, but those that do, their names will live in the book of life. So as I'm speaking through this vessel to you on the starry nights, my hope is that the seed grows in someone. Abba, my life is here with you in heaven, yet to see every blessing. Rulership you can't measure, now I'm stacking my treasure. But a life after Christ wasn't always solely the aim. When looking back 8 Septembers, reminiscing when I was that someone with the perspective of someone that needed the word from someone to change my life for the better. Now you've made me that someone the spirit can use just to deliver this word to someone. Someone who's in dire need of hope, someone who's conflicted in their soul, someone who might have strayed from the path, but by the power of the Holy Spirit you'll bring them back.
Ooh, come on and take my hand, follow the Lamb, heaven is calling. Come on and take my hand, follow the Lamb, heaven is calling. Come on and take my hand, don't you know the time's at hand? Just take my hand, oh, heaven is calling.
Make your calling and your election sure.
Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away.
Someone to whomever may need to hear. Someone, know the day of the Lord is near. Someone, know just as in the days of Noah, people laugh, drunk and ate without any fear. But what if I told you that your time is up tonight, the sky will break? Would you think I'm crazy? Perceive my words with hate? Ton of souls about to burn up in that lake. That's why I know when the division of the population is the opposition. Could it be that the servant's pie is actually worth the taste? Or is it that the kingdom's not, but you refuse to wait? It's all about to fade, all the glitz and fame. Ain't no one gon' mention it in heaven, not a single name. New Jerusalem is on the way, Hamashiach will reign. Anything that blasphemes the name is gonna burn in flames. Go through the door, wait for the Lord. Judgment day is coming like a sword. This is the calm right before the storm. Gracious is our Father as he sits right on his throne. The chef is right beside him, heaven's calling, take the